Visibility is not the same as presence, and what is present is not always what is essential. Some truths reveal themselves only in stillness, far beneath the surface of attention. Most of what you are was never meant to be seen with eyes. If you have been following these transmissions, you have begun to glimpse it. The layers behind the layers, the stillness between the noise. In your last step, you felt the soul stretch beyond the skin. But what you are stretching into is not random space. It is structure, deliberate and elegant. You are not dissolving into emptiness. You are emerging into design. A design that existed before you had a name, before you had memories. The shape of your essence is older than your face. It was formed when consciousness first curved around itself in wonder. Today I will speak of being seen and why the geometry of self is more than identity, memory, and thought. You think of yourself as a name, a face, a body shaped by time and choices. But your deeper structure is not shaped by what has happened to you. It is shaped by what you were designed to reflect. Imagine yourself not as a solid object, but as a prism, transparent, multifaceted, and alive. You are not fixed. You are angled. You are shaped to catch experience, to break it apart, to reveal its hidden layers. When light, the light of experience, of truth, passes through you, it doesn't simply shine. It refracts. It dances. Joy becomes compassion. Pain becomes wisdom. Rage, when filtered well, becomes resolve. Each of your angles was formed not by accident, but by initiation. Some gentle, some shattering. The prism does not create the light, but it is shaped over time to show more of it. To bend it, scatter it, and sometimes focus it into a piercing beam. What makes you, you, is not just the color you give off, but how finely you are carved, how cleanly you let the light through, and how deeply you've allowed even the darkest rays to pass without turning away. Try this now. Close your eyes for a few breaths. Imagine a beam of light entering you from above. Not blinding, not harsh, but steady and aware. Let it pass through you as if your entire being were made of glass, but faceted like a diamond. Feel how different aspects of you respond. Perhaps warmth in your chest, tension in your throat, a flicker behind your eyes. These are your angles. These are the ways experience bends through you. Notice where the light flows easily and where it gets stuck. These are not flaws, they are the contours of your becoming. Just observe. Let the light keep moving. Then open your eyes. You may begin to feel your outline not just as a body, but as a prism in motion, scattering experience into insight. The prism does not create the light, it reveals its hidden order. You are not the photograph, you are the lens, a field of curves, transparencies, and focus. Just as a lens bends light to form an image, you bend experience into a story. But only part of that story is visible to others. The rest, your longings, your intuitions, your memories from beyond time, remain folded inward, encoded. Your geometry, your true shape in the field, is not symmetrical in the way a mirror might show. It is multidimensional. It spins, it radiates, it hums. It is built less like a statue and more like a musical instrument, a vessel shaped to hold and transmit resonance. You are played by consciousness, and how you resonate determines what you attract. In higher dimensions, beings are not seen, they are recognized. You do not walk into a space, you arrive as a pattern. You are known by how your presence modulates the field. Every act of grace clarifies your routine. It strengthens the cohesion of your field, aligning your internal rhythm with the larger geometry of reality. Think of a one-dimensional being like an amoeba. The perceptions that you feel are the outlines of your obstacle. Your body bends and deforms to accommodate that perception, to flow around it, to survive it, and integrate it. And before you know it, that bend becomes a permanent part of your shape. It is the conscious shaping of your outline, the decision to bend with clarity, not distortion, with resonance, not resistance. Grace isn't softness, it's precision. It tunes you. Every lie, even the ones you tell yourself, introduces noise into that pattern. It scrambles your signal, not because someone is judging, but because incoherence cannot hide in the higher planes. There, distortion is visible. This is karma as a signature, not a ledger of debts, but a trail of resonance. It is not measured in good or bad, but in coherence and dissonance. Your field writes itself into the lattice with every choice, in tone, in weight, in spin. Every decision bends the field, not by intention alone, but by the alignment between your thoughts, your actions, and your truth. What you carry becomes what you are, and what you are becomes your access point, your coordinates in the subtle architecture of being. In some dimensions, this signature determines whether a doorway opens or remains opaque. It is not judgment, it is the physics of spirit. Think of it like a key whose exact shape will open the lock to that door. What you are determines how and where you are seen. This is why you can walk into a room and feel someone's presence before they speak. It is not magic. You are reading inference patterns. You are always reading geometry. You are always being read. These are intelligences, subtle, quiet, that do not perceive your physical form, but your frequency. They respond to your signal. They do not react to your intentions or appearances. They respond to coherence, stillness. And so, as you begin to stretch your awareness across planes, you must understand you are transmitting. Every thought shapes your field. Every breath colors your pattern. You are not just navigating reality, you are making yourself visible within it. To navigate dimensions is not only to see more, it is to be seen more fully. Try this now. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the space just in front of your closed eyes. Not your eyelids, the field just behind them. Notice any sensation, a pressure, a flicker, a brightness, or shadow. Now, gently shift your attention to the space behind your back. Feel for it. You may sense warmth or distance, or simply the act of reaching. Finally, place your awareness both in front and behind simultaneously, as if your presence is not forward facing but spherical. In that expanded attention, Ask silently, what is noticing and what is being noticed? This is how you begin to navigate, not by moving, but by widening the place from which you perceive. You are no longer invisible to the higher layers. This is why silence is sacred, why clarity matters. Not to purify for some external judge, but to fine tune your shape, to become readable to the deeper forces. When your signal becomes clean, the response becomes swift. You do not need to perform, you only need to become transparent to your own essence. You only need to resonate. Feel the space around your body as if it were a soft fabric being moved by wind. You are not sitting in space, you are shaping it. Now, feel the outline of your body, not as skin, but as vibration, as rhythm. You may begin to sense a flicker outside the body's edge, a murmur, a subtle pressure, a tingling field. That is your real silhouette. This is your signal pattern in the field. This is the shape you carry across worlds. Do not try to see it. Feel how it feels you. It is not just your awareness scanning the shape. It is the shape noticing your awareness. The field around you is not passive, it responds. When you soften, it softens. When you tense, it holds its breath. This is not imagination, this is feedback. Just as a room shifts when a presence enters, your geometry shifts when you observe it. In this mutual sensing, a relationship begins, not between subject and object, but between the layers of self. You've touched this before, perhaps without naming it. That moment, just before someone speaks your name, and you already feel it. That stillness before an old memory rises, unprompted. It is not a coincidence, it's resonance. You are being read by the field that you yourself shaped. You call it intuition or presence, but it's more exact than that. It's geometry meeting recognition, a silent witness within you has always been watching, not from afar, but from behind your thoughts. When you pause long enough, it speaks not in words, but in orientation, like a compass twitching back towards the truth. You think you're arriving at something new, but you're really becoming legible to what always saw you. The more still you become, the clearer your geometry becomes. Like silt settling in water, chaos will distort your outline, but stillness reveals it, and from that clarity, others will feel you before you speak. Breathe. You were designed to be seen, not with eyes, but with awareness. You are not invisible. You are multidimensional. Because you're not just here, you're echoing across layers. Your being leaves an imprint in more than one plane. And it is through the alignment of these echoes that your true presence takes shape.